Hi, my name's Aaron, and I'm the Associate Product Marketing Manager working on Culdcept Saga, and I am here today with the localization producer Nobu, one of our guys from QA Steven, and our PR manager Kit, and we're here to talk to you about how to play the new Culdcept Saga demo, which just came out today on Xbox Live Marketplace. So what we're going to show you first is how to set up a multiplayer demo. On this demo, we've included two different maps, and we're going to start out with the more simple map, Santana Village, because we don't want this match to go on for too long. What we've done is we've pre-configured 4 different player avatars for you to choose from, and we have 4 different preset decks of cards, which we call books. And what Nobu did was he balanced all 4 of these books so that no matter what type of creatures or books you want to play with different types of creatures, you can still beat anyone else. So each of us are choosing different books here at the offset. Now, the game itself, Culdcept Saga, the purpose is to basically defeat your foes by collecting a preset amount of total magic points, or TG. And once we jump into the board, we're going to show you exactly what that means and how to go about doing that. The easiest way to think of Culdcept Saga is it's a game where you're going to want to conquer territories, and you do that by placing creatures on territories, leveling them up, and when your enemies land on your territories, you can either beat them in battle and take tolls from them, or they can decide not to battle with you and pay you a toll. So at first draw here, when you start the game, or every roll even, you first draw a card. You can get either creatures, spells, or items to wield in battle. And our first player actually placed an air creature in an air territory, and this player here is placing a fire creature, the Creeping Flame, onto a fire territory. Now, when you place a creature on a territory of the same element, like a fire creature on a fire territory, you get a boost to your hit points for the most part. Most creatures allow that to happen. So this player here can either choose to go to that territory with the Creeping Flame, or as he's doing, he's going to a water territory and he's going to place a different type of creature there. Now we're going to talk to Steven about what his strategies are while playing here.
Well, my opening strategy is usually to grab as many territories as you can, if possible, because based on the game where it's a roll of the dice on where you're going to land, you can't really plan out where you're going to end up. So my strategy is usually to grab as much territory as possible and try and hold those territories.
Great, and Nobu takes a decidedly different approach to conquering his friends in this game. What do you like to do?
Oh yeah, I kind of go contrary to Steven over here though, but I like owning like specific land areas, which I think has a vantage point overall. And I kind of like concentrating on those specific lands by leveling them up so that at least I have something that I can say is sort of like a cornerstone to get my strategy moving and everything. So yeah, I just grab one certain or 2 certain areas and kind of build them up from there.
It's always a pain when Nobu does that, because you land on him when you least want to and you spend the most amount of tolls for it. And it looks like here we're deciding whether or not to go into battle. We have the option of either going into battle or paying a toll. Now, this player has a couple of creatures that can fight, but that down arrow indicates that they're not as powerful, and so we're just deciding to pay out the fee. Finally, what's going on here is one of the greatest spells in the game is called the Magic Bolt. It deals 20 damage to any creature on the board that allows to be attacked by spells, and it just killed somebody's giant rat. And finally here, we're going into battle. Now, really quickly, because player 2 has a territory next to this, he gets what's called a support effect, and he gets +10 to his strength. So his fighter is actually 10 points stronger than he would have been if he did not own the land looked next to that. And so now, because he has conquered that territory and has 2 lands together, their tolls both go up. Within the game itself, there are close to 500 cards. Can you talk a little bit about these, Nobu?
Yeah, sure. Pretty much the card varieties are pretty much reminiscent from some of the previous series, but we do have basically some new cards along the process. To kind of make it really general, we kind of have 3 different categories. The creature cards are the creatures that you summon on the board. You got item cards, which you kind of equip during battle. And you also have spell cards, which actually is sort of like crux to actually the strategy portion of the game, where you can cast different kind of spells with different effects. So you kind of combine all these different kind of cards together to kind of make your own personal deck, and yeah, try and see if you can win as much matches as possible from there.
Great, thanks, Nobu. And everybody can see all of these cards. There are 486 in total. Over 24 maps in the full game, and all of this will be coming out exclusively on the Xbox 360 in February of 2008.